I will be teaching you the subject mechanical measurements and metrology. So this subject is purely a theoretical subject. Okay, if you see the previous year's question papers, you will come to know that this subject is purely a theoretical subject. Of course, one or two simple problems will be there, but otherwise it is a purely a theoretical subject, or sometimes there may be a simple numerical also. But it has been observed in the previous years that this subject, though it is a theoretical subject, uh, it has become very difficult for the students to score the marks in this subject. Almost the passing percentage is 100%, but still then very few people cross above 60. So in this subject we have to keep in mind that uh, we have to draw very neat diagrams, write systematically according to the point. If you write, if you draw the freehand diagrams, if you want to write anyhow, then it is very difficult for you to score in this subject. So to get maximum marks, keep in mind that we have to draw very neat diagrams, label the parts correctly, and write to the point. So this subject, mechanical measurement and metrology, is a combination of two subjects, measurement and metrology. Okay. So if you see the first term, metrology. So metrology is nothing but a science of pure measurement. It is a science of pure measurement. So the meaning is science of pure measurement means this subject metrology deals with all the different measurement techniques. It deals with measurement units. It deals with measurement documents. All the activities related to measurement, measuring instruments, measuring units, measurement tools, etc. All these things come under the term metrology. But if you see the term measurement, so measurement, we all of us know measurement. It is a very important term because without measurement, we see in our daily life activities, without measurement, it is very difficult for anybody to perform an activity. So measurement is nothing but a task where two things are compared. One unknown magnitude and second is a standard. See here, it is a activity where a comparison between unknown magnitude and a standard is done. For example, if you want to measure the length of a line, which is an unknown magnitude, we make use of a standard scale. So what is a scale? Scale is considered to be a standard. Okay, we take that scale, place it beside the line. Line is an unknown magnitude, scale is a standard. So we take the scale, keep it beside the line, do the measurement and give the answer that the length of the line is so and so mm or so many centimeters. So what we are doing here, we are comparing unknown magnitude with the standard. So therefore we say that measurement is nothing but a comparative process between an unknown magnitude and a standard. Whereas metrology is nothing but a science of pure measurement which is concerned with measurement tools, measurement activities, measurement instruments, measurement units, etc. So the combined term mechanical measurement and metrology is the name of the subject. The main objective, if you see the main objective of mechanical measurements and metrology is to manufacture a precise part or to manufacture a part as per the required specification. So the main objective is to manufacture a part according to the design, according to the drawing or according to the specifications. The other objectives which you are seeing on the screen are so many objectives I have listed here. The second objective is to provide accuracy at minimum cost. So we want to provide manufacture products with good accuracy and at the same time with minimum cost. The next one is to reduce the cost of the inspection, to reduce the cost of inspection, to reduce the cost of rejections, and to reduce the cost of rework. The other objective also is to maintain the accuracy of measurements through periodical calibration of the instruments, to determine the process capabilities, and so many other objectives of metrology are listed. So if you see the subject mechanical measurements and metrology, other than the objectives, here we are going to study in the first part what are these standards. So as I said that measurement is a comparative process between unknown magnitude and the standard. Let us now see what is a standard. So standard is something, you can call it as a policy or a rule that is framed by an authority, and it has to be internationally accepted. I will repeat once again. Standard is a policy or a rule that is designed by an authority, or that is set up by an authority, and it is accepted internationally. If that rule or a policy is not accepted internationally, then it cannot be called it as a standard. Thus, standards are universally accepted. Different standards are there. So these standards are divided into 4 subdivisions, as we all know. The first one is called as the primary standard, second one is the secondary standard, third is the tertiary standard, fourth is a working standard. So if we start from the bottom side, working standards. So working standards are the standards which are used at the bottom level for the demonstration purposes, for conducting the practicals for the students in the colleges, institutions, etc. So these working standards are not so very accurate because they are just used for the demonstration purposes, but they are not used wherever high accuracies are used for measurement purposes. If you see the standards other than the working standards, we come to the tertiary standards. So tertiary standards are accurate standards. They are more accurate than working standards and are used for the calibration of working standards. So there is a need to preserve these tertiary standards into temperature controlled rooms. So above the tertiary standards are the secondary standards, which are still more accurate than the tertiary standards. So these, secondary standards. So secondary standards are more accurate than tertiary standards and are preserved under temperature control rooms. So these secondary standards are more accurate as compared to tertiary as well as working standards, and have to be preserved into temperature control rooms and are used for the research work in the research laboratories, etc. They are also used for the calibration of tertiary standards. If you see the topmost level standards, these are the standards of primary importance. They are called as primary standards. So primary standards are the standards of very high accuracy, and that is why these standards are preserved under temperature control rooms. So they are used for the calibration of secondary standards, for the calibration of tertiary standards, but especially they are not used for the measurement purpose because they are very accurate and they have to be preserved under temperature control rooms. Okay, so today we have seen what is measurement, what is metrology, what are the objectives of mechanical measurements and metrology, and what are the subdivisions of standards. Okay, thank you.